Hey guys, Sean Zine, the Connection Machine, and the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where I bring on network marketers, affiliate marketers, crypto token creators because they use the affiliate model to build their tokens. And I've also now going down and interviewing those that are involved with Skool, and it's SKOOL. So I can help those that are thinking about quitting, not quit, learn some things, implement some things, and keep moving forward. If you're watching on the website or if you're on YouTube, don't forget hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment at least where you're watching from, or hashtag live or hashtag replay. Whatever gets you out of your comfort zone, do it. And then if you're gaining some value from this conversation, please share it with onto another social media platform. If you're listening on any of the audio, please give us a review at the end. And don't forget, go to the description, have a connection call with my guest, see what they're doing, dive into what they're in like and about, and maybe learn about their community as well. Maybe join it all and also follow all the socials that are there. And without further ado, bring on a new friend of mine, Kenneth Reese. What's up, Ken? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. So, what I do is I
Thanks.
do the school chemical engineering community, and yes, from that, I'm sort of growing pretty slowly to uh, build lots of things, lots of new members, and yeah, I mean, what do you want to hear about it?
Yeah, well, I wanted to find out, well, why did you get involved with Skool? What was the interest? What piqued you to get started to open up your own school?
So, I actually purchased the $100 million Money Models book, and I got a free trial onto Skool. And I thought, okay, yeah, I guess I'll give this a shot. Seems pretty interesting. And I also had a YouTube channel beforehand where I would solve homework problems. It's called Kenneth Does Homework. It's actually kind of boring compared to school. I just do homework problems. So if if that's something that interests you, check that out. But yeah, I was kind of just like the natural funnel from YouTube into something else where I could make like courses and have discussions on school and stuff like that. So that's sort of how I got into that. And not to mention too, like university is so incredibly expensive. It's like, I think education is definitely in need of a little bit more competition. And so that kind of just seemed like a really obvious uh, entryway into doing school, doing something interesting.
Now, I like how you said I guess, were attracted to or brought into from the $100 million blueprint from Alex Hermosi. I like how you're talking about the homework problems we're going to talk about, and then the YouTube. Now, I want to backtrack with the $100 million blueprint. Was it one? I think there was three books that come when you
Yeah,
are involved with that, right?
yeah,
Now, be honest with us. Did you read them?
yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I
Which
definitely read I think I read the $100 million leads like two times, maybe three times. That was just over and over again. It's a pretty quick book. $100 million offers. It was interesting. But I mean, of course, if you don't have leads, it's kind of difficult to put an offer in. But yeah, no, for sure. Those are some of my favorite books. I'll read them over and over again. I'll be driving. If I got a long drive, I'll like have the audiobook. You know what I mean? So I'm all about that.
so you like the audio rather than the hardcover book?
Well, I'd actually say it says this in the very beginning of the book. If you read the book and you uh, also listen to the audio, like you'll be able to comprehend much more stuff. Like a lot more will be remembered. So
Uh-oh, we lost your audio. You moved.
And there's like,
There you are. Ken, your audio. I think you moved and something happened.
I'm sorry about that.
There we are. You're coming back and forth.
Okay.
Replay what you were just saying. As he's figuring out his audio, guys, make sure you take a chance. You find your niche. You find something you love and your passion, and you can open up a school and start earning on it as well. There's recurring income, there's commissions. You can have affiliates. It allows you to build it. Is he back now?
Does it sound better?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Now,
yeah,
go into the leads. I would like to learn more about your takeaways in the lead book.
My takeaways. Overall, I thought that the entire takeaway of the book was just put out a ton of volume, and so in my own situation, I was thinking like, yeah, I really don't put enough like volume of like asking for more people to join in or reaching out to like sending out flyers and stuff. So before this, I had like a cleaning company. I still do a bunch of stuff with it, but not nearly as much as school or my regular job. So what I would do is I just do cold calls, and I got pretty good at that. And I think Alex's advice is just do something like 4 hours of every day. Like the first thing you do, you just go out and look for leads, that being like cold calling. And I think you mentioned too to stick with one thing, and this is kind of where I'm not sure if that was in the book or in one of his videos or not. I mean, knowledge is still the same either way, but
Yep.
definitely look at check that book out for sure. There's a lot of gems in there, definitely more than what I could pull out of my memory, and give to you. But yeah, I'd say those are some of the big takeaways for sure.
Now, tell us about your YouTube channel. You're doing homework. Is chemical engineering something that's more directed for the high school, for the college level? Where is your niche?
So I'd say, I mean, my homework, of course, would just be like college level homework and maybe some high school level homework. But all in all, what I do hope to get my community up to is, industry levels, or have people who are in research communicate with each other over it, have discussions, or just anyone who's like really interested. So, I mean, my homework, it's just, it's just some basic undergraduate level type problems. Maybe I'd see like someone would message me a problem that they want me to solve, and then I'd go ahead and solve it. Or, maybe I would talk about how I would go through like a certain type of problem. So that's what I do.
Very cool. I like the using video to educate, using video to teach, giving value. That's the power. It's like you can learn about someone, their mannerisms, the way they go about their ways, instead of just writing it down. I think inside communities, I've been finding those teachable moments. I won't reply with, typing away. I will hold on a second, I get my phone out, or I'll jump on and use the video feature that's on inside of school and record a video answering that question. So it's real time. It's from me, the creator of the community, and it's giving you that massive engagement and more of that one-on-one as well.
Yeah, that's definitely great. School is definitely unique like that, like unlike any other social media. Like not like, YouTube or Instagram or anything else, where you can have, one-on-one conversations with someone in the messages, or you could, create a post and then everybody starts to talk about stuff in a post. I mean, it's a little bit like Reddit if Reddit had courses, and definitely much more friendly group of people too than a lot of other social medias. It seems like everybody's just like in a good mood and happy all the time on school. So I mean, I definitely would agree with that.
I agree. It's a better, more positivity. People are more meaningful as far as their intentions on a comment. It's more collaborations as well. Tell us more about your community. Where are your niches, the focus, what kind of direction you're seeing for it going forward?
Well, honestly, like a really, really long-term goal. I guess we'll get to the long-term goal. I'll start with just saying like, yeah, I'm starting out by just putting a bunch of content on there for people that might be interested in taking a course of some sort. There's some people who ask for very specific things like heterocyclic chemistry, a really, really, really fine detail thing. Others who've asked for polymers, thermodynamics, and just general chemistry too. So, I mean, if you've never seen chemistry before, this is my attempt to show you how without having to spend $3,000 on a university course. You know what I mean? Or you could take it. You could use this as a tool to take it before your university course so that you can, make a better grade on that than you would otherwise having seen the information new. That's what I would do when I was in university. So I would look for online courses, community college courses, stuff like that. I would take that first and then take my actual course. And that's how, I was able to get pretty good grades. I mean, not better than, I guess what I would have at least, in some of the harder courses, but still, it's a good strategy. So that's kind of short term what I'm looking for. And, if I could maybe make some level of income off of it, it'd be really cool to, I mean, and it sounds kind of crazy, be able to have my own research, because, the way research works here in the United States, I want to say a large portion of academic research is, you have to get a grant from the government, you know what I mean? Or you have to get a grant from like a private organization or something. And so it'd be really cool to have, my own stream of income that could fund my own passion projects and research, stuff like, bacteria. There's this company called Breaking. I don't know if you've heard of it. It was on I think it was on Joe Rogan, and the guy is basically genetically engineering bacteria in order to break down plastics. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool stuff. And it kind of just makes you think like what other separation methods could bacteria perform, Like, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about. There's a lot of different things there, or like health wise, like how how can we increase humanity's lifespan? You know what I mean? Humans' lifespans, stuff like that. So a lot of research going into there. I don't know, something that I was kind of interested in undergraduate was like crystallization research. That's actually something that it's not as well developed as a separation method as some of the other things like distillation or any of the really common things. So I mean, all that to say, there's a lot of things that humans could discover, and right now I feel like it's much better to attempt to do that, privately as opposed to at a university, where you're relying on government funding, you're relying on, say your advisor, unless you have a PhD, and that's a lot of hassle as well, a lot more money, a lot of issues. You gotta go work doing other things that you don't necessarily appreciate or enjoy in order to do these things that you're passionate about. So I think that would be a insane um, insanely nice long-term goal to try to achieve. And honestly, I enjoy it enough to where I don't think I'm going to quit just because, you know, I have fun doing it. I like talking to the people in my community. We have some really interesting conversations, and it's like, wow, you know, I never really thought about it that way. There's some really intelligent people there. So I'd say, yeah, and I guess the last thing too, I'm about to have a child as well, you know, and I'm really excited to,
Awesome, man.
yeah, for sure. I'm really excited to like, you know, maybe someday they could watch these videos and, you know, get some interest in that. So don't know if it's a girl or boy yet, but you know, either way, I'm sure they'll have the resources they need to at least pass chemistry, you know.
Yeah, having a kid, having multiple like I have,
Oh,
it
yeah.
allows you to get into a hyperdrive. And as I'm multitasking at the moment, my son is here. I'm talking to him here and there like this, but they bring out the whys. They bring out to why you show up to work every day, or your job, or you're being an entrepreneur and doing stuff online. It gets you to a higher level. And I appreciate hearing about other dads or soon to be dads, because I know the fire is going to get lit and you're going to be like a complete, wherever you are now, the level is going to go up like this, because now you have something that you got to keep alive. You
I look
literally
forward to that. Yeah.
alive. And everything in the hospital is one thing. You know, it's all, you know, oh, take the baby and get your sleep in. Once you come home, and I'm not to try to scare you, but the first night you come home, that's the scariest night, because nobody else is around but you and your wife. And it's something that you'll get through it and it'll be an experience. But that's where, like, you're literally keeping something alive. And that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of responsibility. All good things that help you with your business too. So what is your 9 to 5 like? Is it something that you love, or is it something that you are, you know, really focused on school to get out of that 9 to 5 in the near couple, maybe a year or two? Or, you know, can you talk on
Well,
that?
yeah, here's the thing. The way I paid for my college, I got a military scholarship and I'm in the military right now. So that's basically like my 9 to 5, or sometimes a lot longer than 9 to 5, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like gone for a bit. But yeah, that's definitely the 9 to 5. And thankfully I've got like a really flexible flexible tour right now. So I can, you know, be here on a Saturday and, you know, just talk with you, and, you know, I'll do some work on, you know, my community and whatnot. But yeah, that's my 9 to 5. And then the 5 to 9 is like, uh, yeah, I mean, it's just doing school and spending time with my wife. So
Now, is there anything, I know school can be very addictive for many people, because once they get in, they kind of get lost. Some people go into a lot of communities. Some people sign up for things that they don't even know what the heck they signed up for. How are you using school to network, to grow your community?
yeah, so how am I using school to network and grow my community? Well, there's also like the schoolers community, which is great. I'll, you know, make a post over there, and you know, people will comment on it. You know, that's how I met you, of course. Um, let's see. I mean, I just funnel, like, I try to funnel people in from my YouTube channel, and then if people find my community, then they just click on it. You know what I mean? So I can't really say I like use it to like network. Or you're asking more about, yeah, you're asking more about networking, not so much advertisement, right?
Well, I think a lot of it's like goes hand in hand a little bit. Some people network, and like you said it earlier, having cold calls. I call them connection calls. We kind of go deep, learn about
Yeah.
what's pain points in someone. Some people go that direction to drop a post and get engagement. Some people are off of and on other social platforms. Like I'd be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, dropping things, having conversations that drive them back to my school. But I know networking, it takes time, it takes work. And a lot of people don't want to do it. But if you are building relationships, maybe that's a direction. How is the relationship
Yeah.
building for you?
Yeah, so I mean, I do a lot of like one-on-one conversations offline. Like I say offline, I mean like private direct messaging. So from there, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Like you just do what you enjoy, talk about stuff that you enjoy, and that might be one of the things that keeps people from getting bored and leaving. That human aspect to it. So like I said, I enjoy talking with people. I talk with a lot of people, like direct messaging, and even like in the school course, I think they um, Sam Evans said that you should do things that are not scalable, and that's kind of what I'm doing. Like I'm not really able to scale like how much conversation I'm able to have, and I feel like that's definitely worked out pretty well. So just like before I got on this phone or on this call with you, I uh, I was just talking with another guy about like what textbooks you should do, like internships and this, that, and the other, and it's really something that's enjoyable. I really like to talk to people, and I say that's how I primarily build relationships, as well as outside of the direct messages. Stuff where people will talk about um, certain things with chemical engineering processes that they've like seen before that are interesting. That type of thing. And then, that's good too, because then everyone can see it and everybody, if that piques somebody's interest, and they might just like start commenting and talking, and that can rope people in that are, maybe just like lurkers, as they call it, people who like to just watch things and not say anything, not like anything. And I'd say, yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
Now, you're young. Are you using AI in any sort of way for your business? You sh- are you using chat? Using other what tools are you using
Yeah.
AI?
So, as far as like AI goes, I like to use it to just kind of like create like an outline for some stuff that I need, as well as scheduling. So, like, whenever I want to like break out like a certain amount of topics I should look at, like, I'll have it like schedule certain topics to talk about for certain days, and I'll have it fact check me, you know what I mean? So whenever I'm about to like write something, or whenever I'm about to like post the whole thing, I'll like have it run it through, and I'll say like, oh, you said that uh, I don't know, this was one example. You said that electrons orbit a nucleus. That sounds really awkward. Like, okay, yeah, I guess it is, because electrons don't technically orbit a nucleus if you're really, really keen on the quantum mechanics vocabulary. So stuff like that is like really, definitely really helpful. I like that a lot. But all in all, like I write all of my own stuff because I just don't want to sound like a robot. Like I already do sound like a robot whenever I'm making my videos, because I'm kind of just like reading off a script. At least I think that's how people do it. I made some videos where I kind of just talk and I don't read off a script, and I don't have enough people to really like point it out and criticize me and say, hey, this is good or this is bad. So um, yeah, I'm still kind of working on not sounding like a monotone robot that doesn't inflect his voice. So I mean, definitely writing stuff using my own humor, using my own human aspect, I think is definitely something that is important. I don't want to give that to AI. Just yet. AI isn't quite as funny as me. So we'll, yeah.
No, that brings up a fact right there about AI, and that's why I love doing this and real
Yeah.
video and collaborations, because AI can't do this, and laughing and having emotions can't be coming across. It tries. You could tell it's a robot, but with
Yeah, for sure.
AI or someone else that's on a video, I would challenge you, because I do video since 2018. And when I first started, it was like a more robotic. I tried doing scripting, but I found over the years, no scripts. Think about your topic, right? Think about it before you hit that record button. Have always an intro. Then get into your nuts and bolts of that content you want to come across that in that video, and then have a call to action. Having it be authentic and real, and even if you you might get to that, you'll get out of that, because having a pause, it's very simple, but people don't realize it. So they'll sit there and they're all nervous. But that's okay, because we're human. And it's okay because you're still working on it. You're practicing. You only get better if you take and have reps. Were you an athlete when you were younger? I mean, you're in the military. I'm sure you did some kind of movement.
Yeah,
right?
I did. So like high school and college, I did, swimming, water polo, running, and now I'm mostly just do lifting weights and running and swimming. So those three things. That's kind of like my core workouts. But yeah, what are you saying? Like with this is kind of like just like exercising, right?
I think what I found, those that have been involved with sports have those traits, the mindset. They have the ability to love the process and are an amazing business owner once they get started. But if you were never in sports, you don't have that adversity to deal with, because you're going to have shitty days. You're going to have days you don't want to do things. The rejection when you're talking to people about, oh, I'm not going to join your community or whatever, But when you're an athlete, there's those ups and downs. You learn from your coaches, you learn from your teams, and you learn from yourself. And I love that process, though. A lot of people are always worried about I want to get to that $1 million house and the fancy car and go on the beach and go on the boats. But that's most of the time all fake. That's people using that to reel people into their opportunity. The real people don't have to show off like that. And I love the process. I like the day in and day out. I'm a baseball guy. I was baseball and basketball. I would sit there and hit off the tee, hit soft toss. I would sit there hours after practice because I wanted to make myself better. Those that want to get better with video, posting, using AI, you got to use it. You got to do it. You got to have that repetition. And so I wanted to find out what kind of sports you were involved in. But also being healthy will allow you to have more energy, to put some more time in for that. You have the 9 to 5, the 5 to 9. That's where you need that extra energy. If you're not working out and keeping yourself healthy, you can't do it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I totally agree with that. So
We are. Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, go ahead.
So you had another thought there. I wanted to end on. I always try to have anything that's the final thoughts that we can help those that, I guess, sell your community. If you can do it in like a 90-second little pitch of why someone should join your school, how would you set it up?
If I could make a 90-second pitch. Yeah, man, it's something I've been kind of thinking about a lot. So 90 seconds. I mean, just join it if you like chemistry, join it if you like chemical engineering or any engineering in general. It's a very friendly group of people that are all outgoing, and there's really nothing that you could lose just by joining in it. So, just check it out if that interests you, and I hope to see you there.
That was not bad at all. And it rolls off. You're being authentic. There's no script. And this is why I love teaching this, practicing it, having these collaborations, because we all help each other. And my son is in the area now. All of them try to get on this podcast every once in a while. But we're at that time. I know the time is limited. I appreciate you being with us today, Ken. I want everyone to make sure you go to the description, have a connection call with him, learn about what he's doing, get into his community. The link will be in the description. And I want to thank Ken for being with us today. Stick around for another moment. Everyone else, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day.